This is a time of change in government, as always. Well, I can't help notice as I picked up the Times newspaper today. "We fight on," Gordon Brown is said to say in this article. Similar words were said by Maggie Thatcher about 19 years ago. "I fight on, I fight to win." She said that on the 20th November 1990, if anybody's interested. 2 days later, she quit office on the 22nd. Are these the words of a man who's obviously outlawed his welcome in Parliament and is now just trying to go down like a martyr? You know, Gordon Brown is an interesting Prime Minister. Wanting to become Prime Minister for several years, unfortunately he's stitched up by Tony Blair, in that Blair leaves at just the right point and is now owning a fairly successful living lecturing in North America, whilst Brown is left to clean up one of the biggest messes of all time. Even though Brown as Chancellor did cause a fair few of these messes himself, much of his joy at being at the top is not a joy, it's more of a torture session. According to the Times newspaper, 6 ministers have gone in one day. This was written on the 6th of June 2009, I believe that's today. It is. And a guy called Manelson, I can't pronounce it, I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce it, just my pronunciation's awful. Mandelson, whatever. He has become Brown's number 2. Apparently Mandelson is, or however you pronounce this geezer's name, is not exactly somebody who's very popular with Brown. However, Brown's now put him in office. Also, Labour is now wiped out the local elections, which happened on the 4th of June. I voted for the Liberal Democrat, by the way. My question is, the Labour Party's predicament right now is, with everybody that's going, what are they going to do about Brown? What is the Labour Party going to do about Gordon Brown? There is talk of getting rid of Gordon, but what happens when you get rid of a Prime Minister? When that Prime Minister resigns, you have to replace him with somebody. You can't replace him with some Mickey Mouse leader who talks all this but really doesn't know a thing about what's going on. I have been seeing a lot of calls for Gordon Brown to resign, and I think it is a bad thing that Gordon Brown resigns. Even though by not resigning he could really annihilate his political career after this. My reason for thinking that he should not resign is because the Labour Party does not actually have any fit candidates who could replace him at this current time. He's the only person in the party who I think has any moderate idea of what he's doing, and even then he isn't doing a very good job, but he's doing better than most of the people that are in charge. The Labour Party is, well, never has been my favourite party in the English political hemisphere. However, I feel that lately poor old Gordon Brown has been used as a scapegoat. When I studied Hitler and World War II, there was a lot of debate as to how much Hitler was responsible for the actions of the war, and the Holocaust, the final solution, you know, the recession getting to power, all that stuff. We won't go into details of Hitler and co, obviously. This isn't the time for the video. But the link that I'm making is, how far was Hitler responsible for the actions? What happened? How far is Brown responsible for recession? Short answer, it's not completely, short answer, restarted. He's not really responsible at all. He's just a figurehead for a government led by a political party, which has, in the polite words of my English mother, fucked up badly. My suggestion right now is that they keep Gordon Brown, obviously until the next election, and whether a Conservative or Labour or a Conservative or Liberal get in is another story then. But for the time being, they should not get rid of Gordon Brown, because then the government will definitely be leaderless, because even though he may not be seen as a good leader, Brown will always be seen as a leader, a figurehead, a symbol of hope. Maybe not a very good symbol at that, but a symbol nonetheless. By getting rid of Brown, Labour government really just isn't helping itself, because it still has to continue the government and carry it on, and it can't at this rate. My advice is to keep Gordon. Of course, I offer the advice of a student, so I'm going to be ignored, but hey. It's a great thing about England, free speech all around. Maybe Gordon Brown will resign. I can't see him staying in there for too much longer. Especially with the way David Cameron's been tearing into him at the office. But here is your problem, and unless Labour has a definite solution to this, don't even get rid of Gordon. Unless Labour government has a candidate who can definitely replace Gordon Brown and actually either maintain his current levels or be better, and I hope he's better, obviously, then just don't get rid of him, because you're going to have a massive power loophole. Yeah, anyway, that's all from Roman Blood. Thank you for watching. I hope this video hasn't offended anybody, and I've tried to explain it from my understanding of the situation. However, I don't completely understand the policies of Labour. However, I've tried to, so yeah. Thank you for watching.